high step thing.
Survive 5 with 4.
I have so far, brother. I have so far. Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
5 Wrestling Golden.
Stuff. Just enjoy wrestling. All
Wedding by Gene Bro.
We're here with you for 5 Wrestling. What's your opinion? And
something like that, then Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio. It's the Notorious ATB.
Until 510.
You know, Till 5 Wrestling, we're here to bring some quality entertainment. And two guys that we felt last week brought some quality entertainment back in the day was Mike Kanellis and Matt Taven. Sorry, Matt Bennett.
Mike Bennett. And
Mike Bennett, Matt Taven.
That's right.
Wow, Maria Kanellis.
Maria Kanellis. He was Mike Kanellis in WWE.
Yeah, that's where all the names came from. Anyways, the Kingdom.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to bring them back. My pitch is really simple. So, Dustin Rhodes kind of got the TNT title in a crappy way, right?
Right.
Because Adam Cole was injured. Roderick and Kyle are faces now. I feel like the Kingdom should attack Dustin and cost him the TNT title to Kyle Fletcher. And then they should be the ones to take the ROH belts off of Sammy and Dustin.
Okay.
And that's immediately, really quick, really simple. Let's get the guys back into a decent storyline, back into television, even if they're on Ring of Honor. They're getting seen more.
That would be a good thing to do. Just get them used.
And to me, those two guys against teams like the Infantry are going to do more to establish the work rate.
It's going to elevate guys like the Infantry and Top Flight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to renovate and elevate some of your home, perhaps you should go see our good friends at Stover's Liquidation. You can get liquidation and wholesale home improvement items. They've got truckload quantities available. They're closed on Sundays. They're open from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on Mondays through Saturdays. They are open 24 hours online, however, at www.stoversliquidation.com. You can go see them in person at 481 Tulsa Road, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, 37830, or call them at 865-523-4449. Ask for that mean Lady D.
Well, all right.
I've heard great things about how warm the current Stover's building is with all the heat, and everybody is talking about D. So
there you go.
That's it right there.
There you go.
Now, I did want to make sure that we discussed a few things this week because, as I told you before we went into the studio, there's a theme to a few of these.
Yeah.
It's my dad's birthday.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Passed away 13 years ago today.
Wow. On his birthday.
Well, no, 13 years ago on August 29th.
Oh.
Today was his birthday. Sorry.
Gotcha.
My brain's not braining very well.
Obviously not.
Yeah, it is. It's because all the issues we were having before we went on the air.
That's true.
You know what it made me want?
What?
All those issues made me really want a cigarette.
But we didn't even start the segment yet, so I'm not sure why you'd want to already segue, but here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen. You know what else made me really want a cigarette and my dad really want a cigarette?
What's that?
Well, I remember talking to him not long after he had a stroke, because it was the first time he talked to me on the phone. And he called me and said, "Little buddy, what's this King Booker shit?" And after you were all, let's get ruthless, I said, all right, we'll do King Booker then. So, tell me about King Booker.
I got you. So, he won King of the Ring in 2006.
Yeah, and suddenly became British.
And he started acting like a legitimate king, ruling over SmackDown as a Brit. He had the court with Queen Charmel, William Regal, and Finlay. He made wrestlers kiss his, quote, royal feet, which is funny, kind of like Jerry Lawler in the 90s, doing stuff like that. He won the world title, defeating Rey Mysterio.
Well, that was the title win they gave Rey after Eddie died.
Correct.
King Booker ended that.
And then won the feud with Batista, because Batista never lost the title.
Yeah.
He dropped it due to injury.
Very fitting, because they also got into a fight at the SummerSlam photo shoot.
Yep.
If I remember. Yeah.
Now, Booker kind of, once he dropped the belt to Batista, he kind of just floated around as the king, did other stuff. He was drafted to Raw. He competed for the WWE Championship a few times against Cena, but nothing ever happened, and he asked for his release, where he would go to TNA.
Yeah, and when he had the Legends title, he kind of had a similar
Sort
gimmick
of,
there.
yeah. He was.
And I never was a fan of that either.
Just kind of up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And as I said, King Booker made my dad really want a cigarette. And do you know what you should do if you have the urge for a cigarette,
You
Tanner?
should ditch the paper and switch to
That's
paper.
right. You should go see our good friends at Magic Vapor Shop. Now, where could you go see them at, Tan? You can go see them at 727 Cumberland Gap Parkway in Corbin, Kentucky. You can see them at 1560 Houstonville Road in Danville, Kentucky. You can see them at 1002 South Broadway Street in Georgetown, Kentucky. At 3094 Richmond Road in Lexington, Kentucky. You can see them at 595 off KY 192 in London, Kentucky. And there you'll even get to meet Just Incredible. You can also go to their Nicholasville location at 340 East Brandon Road in Nicholasville, Kentucky. You can go to 2835 South Highway 27 in Somerset, Kentucky. Or you can go to 1926 Bypass Road in Winchester. You can get them any day, anywhere, anytime at
www.magicvaporshop.com. I botched it. That's okay.
After I managed to pull all that
You
off,
did the
you
greatest thing.
bought
I was in
the
disbelief.
website.
I botched the website after that. www.magicvaporshop.
.com. Whew.
Man, that's really cool.
What?
Magic Vapor Shop.
Yeah.
You know what else is cool?
Well, the Bushwhackers were cool.
Too Cool's even cooler.
There they are on the dance floor. The Bushwhackers and Too Cool.
That popped me when I noticed that, by the way.
Well, flip side face off. We always do a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of fun, I guess you couldn't have two better teams than fun.
Well, okay, so the Tommy Bird relevance here is Dad was a big fan of the Bushwhackers.
Love the Bushwhackers.
Loved them. Drove me nuts about it. And would always be the greatest tag team of all time. Since they're not going to be featured in our greatest of all time tag team tournament.
Such a shame. People don't know the Sheep Herders.
That's right. They don't realize how badass the Sheep
were
Herders
awesome.
Yeah. But that's going to be on September 1st and 2nd, Labor Day. Mark your calendars. That's going to be a fun 2-day event.
That's right, for the first time.
Yes. So we're reaching out for some help on that one. We're tagging some people in.
But both of these tag teams that we're talking about are known as comedy characters.
Yeah, they
in
are.
WWE for the most part. The Bushwhackers won tag teams everywhere except WWE.
My favorite Bushwhackers moments are against the Heavenly Bodies.
That's a good
with Jameson in their corner and the Genius with the Heavenly Bodies.
My favorite Bushwhackers moment is when they showed up in ECW as Bushwhacker Dudleys.
Okay.
For one night only. That was a lot of fun.
To come off that, I thought that it was funny when they were Bushwhacker Doinks.
Yeah. That was
fun too. Yeah. And that's the Bushwhackers were a really fun, entertaining tag team.
Yeah, and then you go over to Too Cool, who I really enjoyed, actually. That was Scotty Too Hottie, Grandmaster Sexer, Brian Christopher, and Rikishi.
So I know you've heard stories of all of my wild shirts from back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I also have one of the big Too Cool chains.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The girls loved it.
Well, these guys were together from 98 to 2001, but had multiple reunions over the years. They actually were two-time tag team champs. Once Scotty and
Rikishi.
And the other time Scotty and Grandmaster Sexay had more success, but maybe not as notable as the Bushwhackers as far as notoriety.
Oh, absolutely. They won more title, which, let's be honest, in that era of wrestling, everybody was getting a tag team title.
Right.
So, yeah, for sure, they were a fun team. Now, if you're not particularly high on either one of these teams, perhaps you should put on a couple of their matches after you've talked to our good friends at Green Hemp Company. They're rolling in the foothills of the Smokies from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. on Sundays. You can call them at 423-609-7138. Ask for Hot Donna. Or you can go see them in person at 2560 East Andrew Johnson Highway, Suite 3 in Greenville, Tennessee.
Well, there you go.
All right, Dan, let's get into the next Tommy segment.
That's right. The Teal 25 of Austin Aries. The greatest man that ever lived.
Well, I kind of stole off of that and used it for a pickup line a few times back in the day. and said that I was the greatest man alive.
I'm the greatest Tanner that ever lived, so I've also stolen
Well,
that.
you know, all out of Tanner.
That's right.
Yeah. So Aries, the Tommy connection for this segment.
Mm-hmm. Tommy loved Aries.
Dad really loved Austin Aries. When Dad's health was going down in the summer of 2012, when Aries won the belt, and I reached out on Twitter to Dixie and Austin. I had been a TNAU representative at the time, so I had some connections to some people around, so I could reach out and message. And I wanted them to know how much Dad loved seeing that. And they actually both reached out. Dixie reached out when Dad passed away. Gabe Sapolsky called. You remember that story?
Yeah.
And Austin just gave me a thumbs up in the Twitter DMs, which tracks.
There you go.
But Austin was a great worker.
Yeah, he started wrestling in 2000, but he really got notable when he joined Ring of Honor in 2004 as part of Generation Next.
Have you ever seen that show?
Which one?
Generation Next, where they debut.
I'm sure I have, but not right offhand.
Okay. It is the one in a tent.
Okay, yes.
It's supposed to be, and these four young guys just take over at the end of the show.
Who is not only Austin Aries, but Alex Shelley, Jack Evans, is that correct?
Yes.
And Roger Strong.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, there was somebody that added to it.
Yeah, Matt Seidel.
Yes,
Was
Matt
in
Seidel.
it also at some
Yeah.
point.
They added Seidel to it. Evans was kind of injury prone.
So Seidel was in there.
Not really
to be
injury
more
prone, kind
reliable.
of, yeah.
In fact, I
unreliable.
think Seidel and Roddy worked as much on the Indies as a tag team as Roddy and Aries did.
I will admit it was always fun to watch Roddy powerbomb Evans onto people.
Oh, yeah.
Because Evans would pop so well.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, they were fun.
We'll have to do a TL25 segment on him.
Until 225.
Yeah,
Not until
we
2.5.
both had a lot of blunders. You got a lot of room to talk here on this week. But let's get into Austin Aries again.
Yeah. So Aries, he comes in with Generation Next and surprisingly ends up being the man to end Samoa Joe's world title reign.
Becomes the man of Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Briefly. Kind of
Briefly.
nowhere.
And then ends up being the man to drop the belt to CM Punk.
Yep.
There's no better bookend for a world title reign in Ring of Honor.
To CM Punk in
Yeah.
Ring of Honor.
You were the transitional champion for those two.
From there, he goes to TNA, where he becomes a Grand Slam champion, wins every title there, becomes the man there
Yeah.
for a long time.
There's that famous picture of him with all the belts.
Yeah,
Aries was a great worker.
He really was.
He was. And I feel like he knew that, and that is where he kind of started going down.
Well, he goes to WWE, where his NXT run is great. He has a great NXT run. He goes to the main roster. He gets lumped in a cruiserweight division that Enzo was the head of. Has an excellent match with Neville or Pac
On the pre-show.
on the pre-show of WrestleMania.
Doesn't get included
Did
on the
not
DVD.
get paid for the DVD payout.
Uh-huh.
So he kind of got offended by that. They had him on commentary for a minute while he was dealing with injuries, and he just couldn't stop being a douche backstage, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
hey, he went back to Impact.
which didn't last long because he
Blew up there, too.
blew up there too.
Yeah.
You know,
Aries had all the potential in the world and a lot of the ego. I really think what hurt Aries more than anything.
he's like low key with personality. He's got all
He
the
really is,
potential
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah. I think that if Aries had waited another couple of years before blowing up,
Yep.
it would have been fine. They would have looked at him like CM Punk.
Exactly.
But he hadn't gotten there yet.
He hadn't quite gotten there yet. He was on the way.
Yeah.
But
But he had to get out of WWE first.
he had to become a big star there like he'd done everywhere else in order for him to get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But that's
That's pretty much
Aries
what
was a
it
great
is.
worker, but his personal life kind of hurt him.
He's now working for MLW as a commentator and occasional wrestler.
Yeah, he inspirational speaker now, I think,
I
too.
hope he's turned his life around from what I've heard.
It certainly seems that he has.
Seems like he's
A
turned
lot
it
of guys are seeming to turn their lives around from the last 5 years.
for sure.
Love
And
to
that's
see it.
what, yeah, you love to see that.
We need to talk about some of these guys more often.
We do.
Because there's a couple of guys that me and you both feel like need to be on television. By now.
Yep, that's right, Austin
Yeah.
Aries. I'm pulling for you, bro, and Marty.
Marty, I'm pulling for Joey. Flip.
At this point, get Flip for God's sakes.
Get,
Get Flip and Brian Kendrick on TV. What are you doing?
get Flip booked.
What
Why
are
did
you
the book
doing?
Flip? That was literally.
Flip only
literally
works in CMLL now. What are you doing?
I mean, bring Flip and Marty over on one show and it'll be great.
See what happens. Test the waters.
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt nothing.
No.
Especially in today's climate, because we're willing to forgive a lot of things nowadays.
That's right.
Like Bill Goldberg.
Fuck Bill Goldberg.
There you go. Wanted you to get one of those.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, let's get into this last segment. We've had a huge loss in the world of pro wrestling.
Yeah, we have.
And let's get one thing clear. This is not about Terry Boyle. We
about
know
Hulk
that
Hogan, the character.
He had a lot of issues,
Yeah.
and I read Brooke Hogan's post today about her dad, and I hope that she has peace
Right.
with all of it. I feel like she probably does. I hate this situation for Hogan's fans. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan, really. I loved Hollywood.
Hollywood Hulk.
Hollywood
Yeah,
Hogan was
Hollywood
great.
Hulk was awesome. As a kid, I did enjoy Red and Yellow Hulk.
And-
As I think most people do.
By no means do either one of us like the things that he said and done in his personal life.
This is about Hulk the character,
Yes.
not Terry the man.
We wanted to get that out first because we need to talk about the Mount Rushmore of Hulk Hogan villains.
Well, I think very simply we start with Andre.
Okay, we can start there. I was actually thinking we start with Sheik, but okay. Andre works. Andre, let's be honest, Andre kind of made Hulkamania.
Andre sort of put Hulkamania on the map.
He made Hulkamania.
He sure did.
He didn't make Hulk Hogan.
But he made Hulkamania.
The body slam that Hogan, what was it, 90,000 at one point,
Yeah.
according to him,
That-
85.
That
He
hit,
body slammed in front of a lot of people.
that turned the wrestling world on its head.
Yes, in Michigan.
It did.
And it was amazing. It was the boom. That body slam was the boom. Boom! That's for you, Juice.
That's for you,
Hogan and a big boom for Juice.
all in one second.
Yes.
What about that?
How great is that for you?
Oh, man. Well, another great one, like you mentioned already, is the Iron Sheik, which Iron Sheik and Hogan's hatred ran so deep that up until Sheik's death just a couple years ago,
Fucking bullshit!
back and make him humble. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Lived it up forever.
The
You
Sheik
gotta
was
love that.
entertaining as can be.
Yeah.
I don't really think that he hated Hogan. I
No,
think
he
Sheik
just
just
he just lived in
played the
kayfabe,
character,
man.
yeah. Played the character.
Yeah. Well, speaking of playing the character, Roddy Piper.
Popper, who Tommy Bird related here. I had the pleasure of meeting Popper while I was taking care of my dad, and Popper was very complimentary towards me as a person, and we actually kept not a friendship, but anytime that we saw each other at conventions, we would stop and chit chat for a minute, sit down and have lunch. We were both working the same show,
There you go.
and I feel like that's just kind of indicative of who Roddy Piper was.
Good man.
Piper put Hogan over throughout the career.
Yeah. Once again, just like Andre, Piper really helped Hogan out.
Yeah, he did. Well, I don't think you would not have had Hulk Hogan without Roddy
Now,
Piper.
Piper sold so well it made Hogan look like $1 million all day long.
Yes, and you had to have somebody that could talk as well as Piper.
Nobody was selling to the point that Roddy was to make Hogan look that good.
No. And I always wanted Piper to win a belt, especially from Hogan. He should have won it in WCW from him, but they didn't pull that trigger. And then, before we get into the Hogan villain, because we are in agreement on who that is,
Right.
let's talk about some honorable mentions. We posted on Facebook and asked for some.
Eldridge had mentioned in the comment section Bobby Heenan, which I think is great, and we probably should have put him on the Mount Rushmore.
I don't think Heenan counts because that was a villain that Hogan couldn't get revenge on.
That's fair.
He guided a lot of people towards. So to me, Jimmy Hart was kind of a counterpoint to Bobby Heenan at various points.
And you had mentioned Earthquake.
To me, Earthquake is the Hogan villain I think of.
Being a very, very, very fun Hogan villain.
King Kong Bundy
King
was
Kong
a lot
Bundy
of fun
was
back
good.
in the day.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy was a fun Hogan opponent.
We saw a lot of smart aleck responses with
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Himself. Jake Roberts was put over.
Jake would have been a great heel if they had been willing to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
I would also like to lose my train of thought right there because there was somebody I was going to mention for Hogan heels. Oh, Vince Russo. So Russo last week was talking about Hogan, and he said, "I've said it for years. The Bash at the Beach 2000 promo was a work." He said, I grew up watching wrestling. I was a wrestling fan. I loved Hulk Hogan. I thought Hulk Hogan was a great character. He wanted to work with Hulk Hogan, but he felt that Eric Bischoff pulled him away. I mean,
well, whatever. You
know,
heard it from Russo.
That's according to Russo, and there's also some truth to, or some stories according to Brooke about her dad getting pulled away from her because of business.
We'll see.
But to the storylines here, Hogan's ultimate villain,
so you can see him on the graphic here,
has to be the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
When egos clash. Real quick, I'd like to say another great Hogan villain was actually Vince during the Mr. America.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Sean O'Hare was awesome.
Sean O'Hare was fun. Yeah, there you go. But Ric Flair, it doesn't get any better than that.
No, Flair and Hogan, and what's funny is they started their feud in WWF in '92.
Yep.
And then they fight again in WCW 9 years later in a steel cage.
Yep.
And then they're working together 10 years after that in TNA.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're fighting against each other on that April of, what was it, 2013?
12 or 13.
12 or 13.
12
Yeah,
or
13, because Hogan.
That was it, I think.
Yeah,
that was last year. Yep.
Yeah, Hogan and Flair were fighting each other when the mystery hole showed up in the ring that night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
These guys, they fought forever. 3 decades of rivalry between these two guys.
And that's what you got to respect.
Yeah, there was good times. Kind of like the rivalry with me and Professor Bear, who, if he's man or bear enough, will show up for our live.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess that's 5.
I guess that's 5. And big fuck you to Bill Goldberg. Top Pod. Out.
Watch your language. There's kids around here. Just because you guys are lowlifes doesn't mean you need to pass it around.